Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakudash. Yahweh, that is the name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai is the name of his only begotten Son, whom the world ignorantly know as Jesus Christ in the Holy Spirit. And that is how you say the correct names in the ancient Hebrew tongue. And I would like to give double honors to all the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who we learn this truth from. And I would like to say shalom to the hopefully elect. And today, this message is going to be titled, The Angels of the Lord. You see? Because we're coming into a time like never before, the time of Jacob's trouble. You see? Where all hell is going to break loose, and Yahweh Ba'ashim Shai is going to be doing his wondrous works here in America. And he's going to reveal his angels unto the elect for good and apparitions unto 2/3 who don't want to hearken into this message. You see? Because it talks about how the Lord, he's going to send plagues. In fact, just grab this real quick. The book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. You see? So the Lord said it's going to be so bad, he's going to have Michael the archangel, you see, stand up for the children of his people. And that's to the hopeful elect, the ones who trust and believe on the words of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. You see? Because it said there's going to be a time of trouble such as never was before. You see? And it says, and the only ones to be delivered are going to be the ones who are found written in the book, the hopeful elect. You see? Grab this real quick. The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15. Jump it down, get straight to the point. Yep. 2nd Esdras 15 and 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. You see? And the Lord said he's going to smite Egypt with the plagues as before. Hey, and what happened in the ancient Egypt? Hey, the blackout, man. Hey, and there been blackout articles that has came out. You see? I just want to get it straight to the point because I got a couple of scriptures. I don't want to be too long, but the point right here in verse 3, it says, Wisdom of Solomon 17 and verse 3. And it says, for while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions. You see, and this is what happened in ancient Egypt to those Hamites, man. You see, because the children of Israel, hey, they had land, they had light in their land while it was a blackout. But those Hamites, you see, hey, they was in complete darkness 3 days, so dark that you can feel it. And the Lord said, he said, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions. You see, Lord had ghosts appear unto him, man. You see, but until the hopefully elect, the Israelites, the ones who believe on Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, hey, the Lord is going to send apparitions on their behalf, the angels of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, on the behalf of the elect to protect them. You see? Matter of fact, I grab it since I'm already in the Apocrypha, the book of 2nd Maccabees, chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 24. And this is when Heliodorus was sent on a mission to come and raid the temple, the treasury of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. And the priests and all the people and the women, they prayed unto Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. He sent the angel to come down and protect them. And these are the same miracles that Yahweh by Shema Shai is going to get ready and do for us, Lord willing, we of his righteous elect. The book of 2nd Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 24. Now, as he was there present himself with his guard about the treasury, the Lord of spirits, the prince of all power, caused a great apparition, so that all that presumed to come in with him were astonished at the power of the Most High, and fainted, and were sore afraid. You see, so Heliodorus and his men, the men that was with him, he said they fainted when they seen these the apparitions pop up. He said a great apparition. And it says, for there appeared unto them an horse with a terrible rider upon him, and adorned with a very fair covering, and he ran fiercely and smote at Heliodorus with his forefeet, and it seemed that he that sat upon the horse had complete harness of gold. You see? So the Lord had this great apparition appear. And it says, Salakia, he says, a terrible rider upon him. Hey, and he said, and he was harnessed with gold. It says more, and then the horse ran and kicked Heliodorus. And it says, moreover, two other young men appeared before him. You see, so three apparitions, angels appeared, or apparitions appeared unto Heliodorus. You see, one on the horse and two others. It says, moreover, two other young men appeared before him, notable in strength, excellent in beauty, and comely in apparel, who stood by him on either side, and scourged him continually, and gave him many sore stripes. You see? So once the horse kicked them, two more angels, it said, excellent, and it says, notable in strength. And they went to whooping Heliodorus' ass. Packed him out. And it says, and Heliodorus fell suddenly unto the ground, and was compassed with great darkness, but they that were with him took him up and put him in the litter. And that's one of those old school Popeye. You see a nigga get knocked out, or on the Looney Tunes, and they put him on the little cloth stretcher. It's a stick on each side. One of those, man. You see? Hey, but that's the point. Hey, the Lord had the angels appear on behalf of the children of Israel, man. Matter of fact, if I was to jump up, Salaki. Yeah, verse 22, 2nd Maccabees 3 and verse 22. Because when Heliodorus, called himself coming to raid the treasury, tell you how everyone ran out and flocked, and they prayed. And just to get straight to the point, 2nd Maccabees 3 and 22. Then they called upon the Almighty Lord to keep things committed of trust safe and sure for those that had committed them. It says, nevertheless, Heliodorus executed that which was decreed. You see, as they was praying to Yahweh by Hashem Shai, Heliodorus said, man, the hell with what they doing. And the Lord had the apparition appear unto him and beat him half to death, man. You see? There are other accounts of the book of Judges. And it's just to prove that, that Yahweh by Hashem Shai, he will have his angels appear again, man. And they're going to be great apparitions unto you people. For the ones who don't want to hearken unto the message, who pull away the shoulder and scoff at the men, at the words of Yahweh by Shema Shah, the Lord's going to send an apparition unto you. But unto the elect, he's going to send the angels for their benefits. You see? The book of Judges, chapter 13, verse Just want to get straight to the point. I just started verse 15. The book of Judges, chapter 13, and verse 15. And Manoah said unto the angel of the Lord, I pray thee, let us detain thee until we shall have made ready a kid for thee. You see, just to prove that the angel of the Lord appeared unto Manoah. You see? And it says, and the angel of the Lord said unto Manoah, though thou detain me, I will not eat thy bread, and if thou wilt offer a burnt offering, thou must offer it unto Yahweh. For Manoah knew not that he was an angel of the Lord. You see? Oh, and there's another thing. Grab this. The book of Hebrews, chapter 13, and verse 2. I started verse 1. It says, let brotherly love continue. You see? It says, be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. You see? But the scripture started off, it says, let brotherly love continue. Because, hey, you may perceive someone to be a homeless man. He may come up, ask you for something. Hey, but little do you know, that could be an angel of the Lord, man. And that was the spirit, because today, you know, while I was at work, it was a quarter on the ground. I picked it up, shiny quarter. I put it in my pocket. It's the only form of cash that I had on me. And I stopped at a gas station today, got some gas, and man, he walked by. He said, hey, he said, man, give me 25 cents. I'm thinking he's gonna ask for a couple dollars. He said, give me 25 cents. I said, there's the spirit. I said, because I found a quarter today. I said, that's all I got on me. I found it just for you. He said, oh man, go to heaven. And he walked off. Not saying that he was an angel, but there's an example of entertaining a stranger, man. It was just a beautiful encounter. Old Jake, one of his eyes was all gray. And he came, asked for a quarter, and that's exactly what I found today. But hey, who knows? But the Lord just said, be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware. You see? Like it just said Manoah. He said, well, if you make a sacrifice, make it to Yahweh. You see? Because he didn't even know that he was an angel of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Another example, the book of Numbers, chapter 22, start at verse 22. It says, the angel and Balaam. And it says, and the Most High's anger was kindled because he went. And the angel of Yahweh stood in the way for an adversary against him. You see, and the Lord going to have these angels stand against 2/3 and these heathens as adversaries. But they're going to protect the hopeful elect. You see, it says, now he was riding upon his ass, and his 2 servants were with him. It says, and the ass saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand, and the ass turned aside out of the way and went into the field, and Balaam smote the ass to turn her into the way. You see, so the ass, the donkey, it saw the angel, but Balaam didn't. And jumping down to verse 31, and it says, then Yahweh opened the eyes of Balaam, and he saw the angel of Yahweh standing in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand, and he bowed down his head and fell flat on his face. You see, he saw the angel, and he spooked him. It says, and the angel of Yahweh said unto him, Wherefore hast thou smitten thine ass these 3 times? Behold, I went out to withstand thee, because thy way is perverse before me. And the ass saw me and turned from me these 3 times. Unless she had turned from me, surely now I had slain thee and saved her alive. You see? So the angel said, I'm going to kill you and leave the donkey alive, man. Just to show a lot of you wicked niggas, you're going to be put to death before animals, man. Because you niggas that wicked. You want to shun the words of Yahweh by Shemal Shah. So the Lord, hey, he's gonna put these apparitions upon you, man. The book of 2 Kings, chapter 6, and verse 15. Yep. And this is when like it says, the Armenians plot against. So like I think this is. Yep. It said the Armenians plot against Elisha. 2 Kings 6, start of verse 15. And when the servant of the man of the Most High was risen early and gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, Alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. You see? And Elisha prayed, and Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. So like it says, and Elisha prayed and said, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw. And behold, the mountains was full of the horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. You see? He told him, don't fear. And what the Lord said, fear not thy worm Jacob. Yahweh by Shemal Shai is going to protect us, man. You see? He had the same way he had the angels compassed around about them. Lord willing, we utter hopefully elect the same thing for us. And we stay seeing chariots at camp, man. And we trust and believe that Yahweh by Shemal Shai is going to protect us. Another example, 2 Kings chapter 19, start at verse 32. And this is when those Assyrians thought that they was going to take down the southern kingdom. 2 Kings 19:32. Therefore, thus saith the Lord concerning the king of Assyria, he shall not come into this city, nor shoot an arrow there, nor come before it with shield, nor cast a bank against it. You see? Because the Assyrians, they took down northern tribe, they got beside themselves and got prideful, thought that they were going to take us down, but that wasn't prophecy. It was prophesied that we were going to fall to the Babylonians. You see, and that's what happened. And the Lord didn't let the Assyrians touch the southern kingdom. And it says, by the way that he came, by the same shall he return, and shall not come into this city, said the Lord, for I will defend this city to save it for mine own sake and for my servant David's sake. You see, and Yahweh by Shemal Shai is going to defend us, man. Once again, Lord willing, we are that hopefully elect. And it came to pass that night that the angel of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai went out and smote in the camp of the Assyrians 185,000, 185,000. And when they arose early in the morning, behold, they were all dead corpse. You see? And the Lord said, the angel, it didn't say angels, the angel went out and killed 185,000. You see? This is the power that's on our side, man. The book of Tobit, chapter 3 and verse 16. And it says, so the prayers of them both were heard before the majesty of the great Most High. It says, and Raphael was sent to heal them both. You see, Tobit and I think her name was Ragul. If I'm pronouncing the name right, they were praying to Yahweh Ba'ashim Al Shai because every time someone tried to marry her, they would die. And Tobit, he went blind. You see, and they were praying to the Lord, and the Lord heard both of their prayers, man. You see, verse 17, and Raphael was sent to heal them both. That is to scale away the whiteness of Tobit's eyes and to give Sarah, so like her name was Sarah, the daughter of Ragul, for a wife to Tobias, the son of Tobit, and to bind Asmodeus, the evil spirit, because she belonged to Tobias by right of inheritance. The same time came Tobit home and entered into his house, and Sarah, the daughter of Ragul, came down from her upper chamber. You see, so they prayed to the Lord, and the Lord sent Raphael, the angel. You see, down there it said to heal them both. The book of now jumping to the book of Tobit, because that angel actually went with Tobias on the journey to go collect his dad's money. You see, and he didn't even know he was with an angel. It says, yep, Tobit 12:12. Now therefore, when thou didst pray, and Sarah thy daughter-in-law, I did bring the remembrance of your prayers before the Holy One. And when thou didst bury the dead, I was with thee likewise. You see, so then that also shows, hey, Yahweh Ba'ashim Al Shai, he hears our prayers, and we're always being watched, man. You see? And it says, and when thou didst not delay to rise up and leave thy dinner to go and cover the dead, thy good deed was not hid from me, but I was with thee. And now the Most High have sent me to heal thee and Sarah thy daughter-in-law. You see, so even in the time of Jacob's trouble and all hell breaking loose, we're going to be praying to Yahweh Ba'ashim Al Shai. And the Lord is going to be sending the angels to come through for us, man. Lord willing, we are that elect. And it says, verse 15, I am Raphael, one of the 7 holy angels which present the prayers of the saints and which go in and out before the glory of the Holy One. Then they were both troubled and fell upon their faces, for they feared. But he said unto them, fear not, for it shall go well with you. Praise the Most High, therefore. You see, and they're just, all these are just examples how Yahweh Ba'ashim Al Shai had the angels appearing to us, man. Baal and the dragon. Start at verse 30. And it says, now when the king, Salakia, yep, Baal and the dragon 1 and verse 30. Now when the king saw that they pressed him sore, being constrained, he delivered Daniel unto them, who cast him into the lions' den, where he was 6 days. You see, so Daniel cast in the lions' den for 6 days. And it says, and in the den there were 7 lions, and they had given them every day 2 carcasses and 2 sheep, which then were not given to them to the intent they might devour Daniel. Now there was in Jewry a prophet called Habakkuk, who had made pottage, and had broken bread in a bowl, and was going into the field for to bring it to the reapers. But the angel of the Lord said unto Habakkuk, go, carry the dinner that thou hast into Babylon unto Daniel, who is in the lion's den. And Habakkuk said, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is. And the angel of the Lord took him by the crown and bare him by the hair of his head, and through the vehemency of his spirit set him in Babylon over the den. You see, the angel teleported Daniel. And guess what? He's going to be so bad out here. The Lord said Michael the archangel is going to stand up for us. Hey, we could be surrounded by troops, and the Lord can have this same thing happen to us. We teleported. We like, oh, and you somewhere, you safe and sound on. You like, whoa. You didn't experience the miracle of Yahweh by Shemal Shah. This is our hope and desire, man. And it says, and Habakkuk cried, saying, O Daniel, Daniel, take the dinner which the Most High have sent thee. And Daniel said, Thou hast remembered me, O Most High, neither hast thou forsaken them that seek thee and love thee. You see? And Yahweh by Shemal Shah, Lord will, hey, we are that precious number. He's going to protect us, and he's going to deliver us in those times, man. He's going to present the angels unto us in those times for the benefit of us, and not unto destroy us, man. Lord willing. You see? I got one more. Well, actually two. Real quick. First Chronicles 21. It says in verse 16, and this was after David numbered Israel. And David lifted up his eyes and saw the angel of Yahweh by Shemal Shah stand between the earth and heaven, having a drawn sword in his hand stretched out over Jerusalem. Then David and the elders of Israel, who were clothed in sackcloth, fell upon their faces. You see? So Daniel, he looked up and saw the angel of the Lord with a sword drawn out in the sky, man. He said, standing between the earth and heaven. You see? So, but all these are examples of how Yahweh by Shemal Shah had the angels appear unto us. And one more, the book of Acts 12, and it says Peter's arrest and deliverance. Just getting straight to the point. Right here. I started verse 6. And when Herod would have brought him forth the same night, Peter was sleeping between two soldiers, bound with chains, and the keepers before the door kept the prison. And behold, the angel of the Lord came upon him. Because guess what? Persecution is coming. And we could be in these same predicaments. We locked up. You see? And Yahweh by Shemal Shah sent an angel to deliver us. And says, and behold, the angel of the Lord came upon him, and a light shined in the prison, and he smote Peter on the side and raised him up, saying, Arise up quickly. And his chains fell off from his hands. And it says, and the angel of the Lord came unto him, Gird thyself and bind on thy sandals. And so he did, and he said unto him, Cast thy garment about thee and follow me. And went out and followed him, and wist not that it was true which was done by the angel, but though he saw a vision. When they were past the first and the second ward, they came unto the iron gate that leadeth unto the city, which opened to them of his Salaki says, which opened to them of his own accord. You see, like Walmart doors, man, them electric doors, man. The gates open on their own accord, and they went out and passed on through one street, and forthwith the angel departed from him. You see. So the book of Psalms, chapter 34, in verse 7, the angel of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. So you have to fear Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, man. The Lord said, those that fear me shall live, man. Continuing on, it says, O taste and see that Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him. O fear Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, ye his saints, for there is no want to them that fear him. You see? So it all starts with fearing Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. And this is how you be protected and covered. By trusting and fearing in our powers, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, man. You see? And that's how the angels gonna encamp around about you, your household, for y'all safety, man, and not your destruction. By fearing Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. So hey, Lord willing, this video is edifying. I want to end it off by giving our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua Bahashim Chakwadash. Double honors to all the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who we learn the truth from. And shalom to the hopefully late.